Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be doing mukbang. What I have here is some truffle seafood mac and cheese. It has shrimp and some crab meat in there. Then I also have here some pan-seared lamb chops. I've got some maple like honey glazed Brussels sprouts along with a jerk crab cake. And then I have here just like some shrimp scampi, just basically some shrimp in like a little butter sauce. So, and for my drink, I'll be drinking on some water. I want to first say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, those that are expecting, those that have been fathers for centuries, and those that are new fathers. Okay, so let's dig in. So first I'm going to try the crab cake. Now, that crab cake is good. This crab cake, I got that from Publix. Well, everything came from Publix. But Publix had like already like ready-made crab cakes, and it's so good. All I did was just add like some jerk seasoning and I think like some garlic powder or something like that, a little bit of Old Bay, but that's really good. So let me eat a little bit, and I do have story time for you guys today. I think we'll hit them. Let me share. So rude. Let me share. Okay. Good. All right, so today's story time, I don't remember exactly where it's from. I believe it's like from For My Man. And that's so good. All right, so let's talk. So today's story, there were two girls. Now these two girls, they was like best friends, like besties. Like they went through everything together. You know, they was like, I think like fresh out of high school or high school, you know, besties, whatever. And so you know, they used to party or whatever. So one of the girls, she was like all into church. So she ended up, you know, being all up in the church. And so she meets this dude. Well, let's name them first, so we'll all know who we're talking about. So we gonna call one Leah, and we gonna call one Alexis. Okay? And then the dude, his name was Jeffrey. I actually remember his name. So Leah and Alexis was high school besties. They partied together, hung out together, all that. Now, Leah was all into church. She was working on her spiritual being. And so Leah meet Jeffrey in the church. Now, when you meet a man in the church, you know you feel like he's God sent. So let's see what happens. So, Leah meets Jeffrey in the church, right? So they, you know, cool at first. They just seeing each other at church, talking on the phone, but not necessarily dating outside of church. So all of a sudden, you know, they get in a relationship. You know, their relationship is growing closer. So Jeffrey decides to tell Leah about his background. Basically saying, you know, that he's run into some trouble before because of some friends. So he's, you know, been a part of the system where, like, he was on papers. He was on probation. So Leah like, oh, you know, he's in church now. He's a changed man. He's trying to do better for himself. So she was, you know, gravitating towards him. They creating this relationship moving fine, relationship actually moving fast. So their relationship moving fast. And the friend Alexis, she's starting to become a little worried. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, Leah also has a daughter too. So Leah has a daughter. So the relationship's starting to move a little faster. They done moved in with each other. They done moved in with each other, you know. So Jeffrey, you know, months down the line, Jeffrey starts to become like controlling. Now Toya has been her ride or die before Jeffrey, helping her take care of the baby, everything. They was like really good friends, like ace boon coon. And so Jeffrey and Leah moving to, you know, their own space, he's starting to make, you know, Leah distance herself. She was social distancing from her family and friends. Like everybody that was there for her before, she like kind of like, you know, just pushed them away and been focusing on Jeffrey. So the family was concerned because they're like, you know, this is unusual for her. This is not her character. So anyway, Jeffrey ends up having Leah and Alexis fall out. They fell out. So they ain't friends no more. They ain't talking how they used to talk. So then Jeffrey starts to take interest in Alexa. He's trying to get up in them drawers. And that ain't right. Because that's that girl best friend. So Alexis, she's not interested. She's not trying to, you know, be a part of anything that he's trying to do. And she even goes as far as letting the girl know, like letting her friend know, well, who was once her friend, letting Leah know, who was once her friend, what her man is trying to do. So instead of Leah like going after Jeffrey and like let him know, like, you ain't finna be trying me like that, Leah apologizes for him, and her and her friend Alexis, they decide to create a code. So when they texting and talking from, you know, the phone and stuff, or texting on the phone, she'll know that it's Leah and not Jeffrey, because Jeffrey had to took her phone and, you know, with the texting the girl Alexa, trying to get her to come over, and she was already up on game. She already knew what was going on, and she wasn't falling for it. She ain't trifling. So they go ahead and they create a code so that Alexa will be able to know if it's Leah texting her or if it's Jeffrey trying to text her. So one day Jeffrey tells Leah, he's like, I want her, you know, and I need you to get her to come over here. So her child being dumb, trying to stick by her man, she goes here, texts us in the code, you know, to Alexa, and let her know. She's like, oh, I left Jeffrey, we ain't together no more. I'm pregnant. Mind you, she lying. She like, I'm pregnant. You should come stop by, you know, see your little niece and stuff. You ain't seen me in forever. Come stop by. Let's chop it up. you know, get back on good terms, go out, hang out like we used to. So Alexa, of course, since she want the friendship to work, she goes over. Now, what you don't know is that this was all a setup. So Jeffrey had on real to him, you know, come over to the house. They had a little fake gun. Jeffrey was gonna pull up on her, you know, and kind of like scare her. She wasn't supposed to be killed or nothing like that. Like the friend, Leah, made sure, like, you're not killing her. You know, you can scare her, but you're not killing her. So, Alexa comes over. She in the car, you know, talking with Leah. Leah tells her to look up a restaurant address, and there go Jeffrey out of the side, out of peripheral view at the window, with the little toy gun pointed at him. So Alexa, she manages to get away. Excuse me. And so, you know, she runs and tells authority. And they arrest Jeffrey. They arrest Jeffrey, and they charge this man with 45. He was sentenced to 45 to 65 years in life. It was all kind of charges, like all kind of unnecessary. Well, I ain't gonna say unnecessary because he tried to like rape her. He was like trying to, you know, like mess with her, put out a fake gun on her, you know. It's crazy. So 45, he was sentenced to 45 to 65 years. All because he wanted to be controlling. So after he gets sentenced, so for the girl, Leah and the boy get sentenced some time. I don't remember how much time Leah got, but I know Leah went to jail behind that bull crap with that boy, and she went back to praising the Lord and being her spiritual self behind bars. Okay? But the moral of the story, you know right, you'll do right. You know better, you'll do better. Don't be letting these men lead y'all on to doing stuff y'all know y'all ain't got no business doing. And then when it hit the fan, y'all be sitting there looking crazy and ready to cry. Cause now y'all behind bars over some dumb stuff. But yeah, y'all, so the food was amazing. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up. I am done. Let me know down in the comments what story times y'all would like to hear, or if y'all like story time. Until next time, bye.